Hey Lovies, this is Michelle here at Life Matcha Tarot. I hope that you guys are doing great. Happy Sunday. Um, Great to check in with you guys. I haven't checked in with you guys since I believe it was Thursday. So I'm happy to be back. Um, yeah, Friday was definitely not happening because I worked at the school. Then I was not feeling well. I think it was like it wasn't food poisoning, but something just did not. I had McDonald's and it did not agree with me. It was not good. So I had to stay home from my other job on Friday. Then I got my hair done yesterday. So yeah, now I'm here. But I missed you guys. I'm happy you guys are popping in. Love y'all. Missed y'all. Hey guys. All right, my lovies. Wow. I love to see you guys popping in. So who we got here? We have my girl Joy here. Check her out, guys. She's amazing. That is my homie right there. We have Show Empathy. What's up, my love? How you doing? How you doing? Thanks, guys. And Jean is here. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. All right, so happy Sunday. For those of you guys who are new to the channel, as you guys start coming in, welcome. I hope you like what you see here and decide to stick around. Hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff to help support the channel. And for those of you who are, returning and have been supporting for a while, thank you for the continued support and welcome back. Thank you for everything you guys do to help me keep going when it comes to this channel and everything. I appreciate you guys. So I'm a little bit tired. I'm not gonna lie. I worked at my part-time today. It wasn't a bad day. I'm sleepy. Um, so yeah. But we're gonna get into this. I felt drawn to read tonight, which I don't typically read on Sundays because usually I'm too tired to do so. But because I don't have to work tomorrow, I'm like, okay, why not? So let's do it. So to get started, we're gonna read from the Fairy Oracle, which there she goes, perfect timing. I was just about to say, my girl Allie, she gifted me these. Allie from the Phoenix Priestess. Check my girl out. That is the Soli right there. Check her out, guys. She's amazing. Love that girl. Oh, so dearly. Alright, so let's get started. This is going to be a collective message. So we're just going to kind of see what happens, what comes out. I have a few pre-selected decks that I felt drawn to. And we're just going to see what Spirit has to say. Alright, so. Yeah, I'm a busy person. My only day off technically is Saturdays. And I always have things to do on Saturdays, so I don't really have any time off. Yeah. Oh, there's a storm down there. Yeah, I know we're about to get some rain even here too. But yeah, I don't know how bad it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be anything crazy. I think it's just gonna be like a shower. That's a good question, Joy. I think because we're like kindred spirits. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like it's gonna rain real soon. Cause like when I walked home, I could feel the humidity. I was like, ugh. But yes, all right. So I split the deck. Hey, Mariana, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so when I split the deck, guys, we have fairy tales. It says letting go, detachment, and moving on, along with Gossamer Princess, communication, relationship, work to be done. So some of you guys might be moving on from some type of relationship. Let me know if that resonates at all. But yeah, there's something to be communicated. For some of you, you might actually be able to rekindle something or work on something, and for others, it's more just like there's a communication that needs to be had when it comes to letting go. So, take the messages as they resonate, being that this is a collective message at this time. But, yeah, there's definitely something about communication. Ooh, this is the shuffling. This is the cover art. I always think that's cool when that happens. Alright, let's see. I'm done. She said, I guess I should tell my husband. You're funny. Alright, let's see. Well, let's get started. That's just me, you know, splitting the deck. I didn't even do anything yet. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Alright, a couple more shuffles, Spirit. That was more than a couple. I know how to count, I promise. Let's see. Bottom of the deck, we have, ooh, I like it. And this kind of goes with, like, what we were just talking about. Like, Joy was just asking, she's like, why are all the readers always, like, friends with other readers? And it all just makes sense, right? Like, we click, right? Well, what's on the bottom? It says Three of Graces. It's kind of like the Three of Cups. It says cooperative ventures with friends, joy, sharing new partnerships that are fun. So this might be a time right now to have fun with friends. You know, that could be a great way to kind of, you know, not think about, you know, the other bullshit that might be going on, you know, behind the scenes. Ooh, two cards wanted to come out on the top. I'm trying to just get the top one, and they're like, nope, we got two cards for your ways. All right, what we got? We have the Littlest Fairy. It says, appreciate the beauty and value of the exquisite and small here on the top. And we also have Beauty's Truth. Beauty, physical pleasure, and sensuality. Yeah, I can dig that. So what I'm picking up from with that, I'm picking up on a couple of different things. I'm getting, yes, there's definitely the energy of like we haven't even actually pulled cards yet, but yeah, what I'm kind of getting here is well, these are the cards I actually picked up, but what I'm getting is this energy of getting a couple of things. Sorry, bear with me because like I'm hearing other things at the same time. All right, so because these were technically at the top. So like what I'm getting is definitely the thing that I said about the friends and all that, but I'm also kind of getting this energy of like, you know, honoring yourself a little bit more. That's what I'm picking up on. Like maybe you know, people. This is what I just heard, and I think that's why, because I'm hearing like clutter. I heard the word clutter. Decluttering is important. Kind of going, you might be racking your brain a little bit about like certain things that go through your head, and that's what I think is happening right now for me. Like I'm having a hard time getting this message out. Like it's not even a hard message to get out, but I can't seem to get it out. Like I understand what they want me to say, but I'm like, I can't get it out. All right, so what they're trying to get at here is there has been so many things that have clouded your judgment of yourself, and that's what they're trying to get at here. And I'm just like, come on, let's get to it. Like you guys might have a tendency to kind of undermine your own selves sometimes. You might have some old notions about yourself that other people have kind of bestowed upon you that you still kind of hold on to a little bit, that kind of, I heard trigger warning, that might trigger you sometimes when it comes to, you know, certain things are said or whatever or done, and then you might kind of go back and grasp a little bit. Like you could be working on yourself really, really hard, and you're like, there just be that one thing that somebody says that puts you in like a negative headspace again, about yourself. I'm getting something like that. I heard fuck all the noise. So yeah, that's what I just picked up on. Okay, someone just said, and don't delete this yet, guys, my mods. Someone said you have no friends, no job. I have a bunch of friends that are talking to me right now, but okay, no job. I actually have 2 jobs and a small business. And yeah. They sound stupid, don't they? College degree, all that. I got all that. Like, so, you know, go ahead and play with your little PP that you probably don't even have, your micro penis. And now one of my mods can go handle that. I felt like I had to say that first, because big time weirdo, right? It's so funny. It's just funny. I was like, don't even get rid of it yet. I want to read it first. Yeah, exactly. Projecting. So funny. Yeah, because you know they're the little fairy, right? They're the little fairy. When I say little fairy, I mean that their little thing is so tiny. Oh, poor thing. gosh. I don't even know if you have a micro penis. Is there anything there? My clitoris is probably bigger than your dick. But there's that. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. But anywho, that was funny. But let's see. But let me know if that Jay said that he was the fairy. I'm done. Yeah, he definitely giving fairy vibes. Little poor thing. Aww. So sad. Alright, let's get back to reading, my loves. Alright. Let's see. Tell us something. Tell us something good. Here again. The three graces. Yes, definitely about, you know, camaraderie, right? Like just being with your peoples, man, your tribe. Hanging out with your girls, your boys, whatever. You know. Maybe you guys could, you know, play what's that? Tweedledinks or something like that. There's something, some game from back in that I feel like that person that was talking all that shit. They probably played games like that because they don't have anything else to play with. You know, they can't even masturbate even if they wanted to. There's nothing to play with. Poor thing. Must suck for you. You can get your dick sucked. Oh man, that sucks. No pun intended. Tito. Tell us more. I just, like, one thing with me, like, with stuff like that, is, to me, it's honestly hilarious. Like, I don't even, like, let it get to me. I think it's the funniest shit ever. I'm just like, you know what? You're that, like, bored with your life that you have to go on YouTube and go talking shit on pages that you don't, or channels or whatever, that you don't even resonate with, just because, like, I want to go to something that you actually do resonate with. Like people talking about micro penises. I don't know, but like give me a break here. Alright, so you also have the unicorn and the maiden communication. It says communication with unicorn, purification, undercover action, interest. This is giving something about like your uniqueness. Being around people who are unique like you, who stand out, right? Honoring that uniqueness about yourself, I'm also getting. There could be something that, you know, you're meant to kind of, you know, work on that you've been kind of putting off. Because you're like, is that like too out there? I'm getting something like that. Oh, it's gonna happen, girl. It's gonna happen. It always does. Bottom of the deck we have Catch Me. So that's like the leap of faith energy. So it's, you know, it could be just something that, you know, some of you guys, if you're resonating with this message so far, like, or those who end up watching later, it could just be something along the lines of like, damn, like I know that there are these unique qualities that I have, and for some reason I can't seem to step into it fully. And I have told you guys on more than one occasion on here that I struggle with that myself. Like on my personal Facebook page, for instance, I don't share any of the stuff that I do on there, really. I did at one point, and then like people got weird about it, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I should just not. So like, you know, some of you guys might resonate with something similar, and it sucks because it's like I have all these messages to share and stuff like that, but then I get weirded out because I'm like, I don't know what 14 is. I'm saying this. I gotta change that though, right? Because that 14 energy, it adds up to 5, and then you got that 5 and 5 adds up to endings, right? With the 10. So it's like, we have Greenman's Door. Yeah, look. Portals to Fairy, Wheel of Your Year, Galactic and Gaian entry points. So this is about opening new doors of opportunity, right? There are things that can happen if you allow it to. So let me know if that resonates with any of you. We have the gift, a present, an offer, nutrients, growth and potential here. Top of the deck we have Again, Gossamer Princess. Communication, relationship, work to be done at the top. So it's kind of giving this energy of like right now in the present, there is something that needs to be communicated when it comes to some type of relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship, friends, family, work, whatever. Some of you guys might be like quitting a job or something. I did hear quitting. So we have her special place. Find your own safe place inside and out. So this is definitely a time of just being able to, hone in on the idea of being in your own safe space, and being your own unique self, allowing yourself to fully be present. Because I'm getting this energy that some of you guys don't feel, as present as you could be if you allowed yourself to step in fully, which again, I get. But the thing is, sometimes when you're stuck in that energy, it kind of causes a sense of, what's the word I'm looking for? I heard the word empath. So it's like it could cause blockages if you're not allowing yourself to go through those doors and taking that step into a. I'm hearing different things. Hurry. Bear with me. So one thing I'm picking up on is like the blockage. Like I was saying, like there could be a blockage when it comes to like, oh, I know that there are these things I want to do, but I'm having a hard time going towards them. There is that door of opportunity that presents itself, but it's about there we go. It's about taking the leap of faith to allow yourself to go through that door, because otherwise you're just at an impasse. You could block your own self from moving forward if you don't allow yourself to just say, you know what, I'm gonna just be like, I can't hold on to certain situations or people anymore. I want to be my unique self. I want to step into that. You are a unicorn, goddamn. Unicorns are fucking cool. Alright, so let's let's look into another deck. We have a leg up here, along with clean it up. And I split the deck here of the Wisdom Oracle. So the leg up is about kind of like an advantage, right? There's this energy of you guys have like these gifts, these talents, right? Knowledge and so on and so forth that allows you to kind of be a step above the game. But do you allow yourself to actually step into it is the question, right? And it's kind of given like this sense of like with this clean it up. It's like, I did say something about decluttering earlier. Decluttering your own mind too, like how you think about things. Like if you're all in your head constantly questioning every little thing, what are people going to think or say about me if I do this and that? Why are you worried about it? Now granted, I'm asking that question as somebody who worries as well, so I resonate with this. 1818 as I say this, like, I get it. Like I am not chiding anyone. You know what I mean? I definitely understand, because I get like that too. And I just did mention how like one thing for me that I struggle with is sharing all the stuff that I do with this tarot thing, on my personal Facebook. I'm like, oof, people are judgy, and I don't know how I feel about putting that out there. Some people don't know I do this. Even at my job and stuff, people I've worked with for years, they have no idea that I do this. They're like, what? And then when they find out, they're like, you should have told me. I would have got a reading a long time ago. Yeah, I don't want to ruffle any feathers, but, sometimes we have to, in order to, really truly be in our happy place, happy is here. Happy, joy. We have to allow ourselves to be authentic, right? It's on the top here. Yeah, to be fair. Balance it all out. Yeah, TikTok. Choices and shit to be made is what I'm getting. Time is of the essence, too. Time waits for no one. Life's too short to be sitting here, living, in a miserable place or not really feeling, fulfilled, right? So ask yourself those questions. Like, am I really, living up to the standard that I want to live? Ask yourself that. Alright, let's get like free from here. Thank you. Peace, yes. definitely just trying to find a sense of inner peace. And the thing is, with that peace, though, comes a lot of change first to get there. Number 23 on there adds up to 5. There's something about that number 5 that's been really resonant for me tonight. Leg up is here again. We have yang, so this is giving like this energy of like the catalyst, right? That fire that burns within to make you, you know, go towards, you know, these changes. And happy is here again. Very, very interesting. That is right, Jean. That is right. Yeah, I know. Like, it's getting so dark so quick. Like, what time is it right now? It's only a little after 7:30 over here on the East Coast, and like it's pretty dark outside right now. But it's also about to rain. Like, it's like I can hear like a little bit of a drizzle because it's hitting the air conditioner, but like it's not actually coming down yet. It's supposed to dump a little bit, and then it's gonna like lighten up later. But I think we're supposed to get like a sudden downpour. But just in general, like it's getting darker earlier, which I don't mind. I love winter. I mean, not winter. I hate winter. I'm a winter baby, but I don't like it. I love fall though. Fall is nice. It's like that right in the middle. You know, it's not too hot, not too cold. I like it. We have a never-ending story here. So sometimes you might feel like, you know, it's, you know, the same shit, different day. And that could be frustrating, right? It's like, why do I have to keep on facing the same obstacles all the time? Why does everything just feel like it's so stagnant? Well, it's because it's time to prepare for the new. With this chopped wood here. Time to cut out things that no longer serve. And also maybe even recognizing things that no longer serve, including people in your life who, you know, sometimes wear face, you know, the fake, I was gonna say false masks and things like that. Like, you have to sometimes recognize, you know, who these people are, what these situations are, you know, the things that we hold on to for way too long, right? Yang is here again. So yeah, sometimes it's like repetitive cycles that kind of just keep on going over and over, and it's like it could get really frustrating. It's like, what the fuck is this? One more from here, Spirit. Thank you. Co-create. So I'm getting a couple messages from this one as I read it. I'll tell you what I'm picking up on. Right now, this is a time to, what I'm picking up on is connecting with source. And this is a message in general that's been coming up a lot lately. Just this energy of understanding that there is always something outside of yourself that you can connect with that allows you to feel a greater sense of purpose and, you know, just a sense of ease, just feeling like you can be, right? Sometimes when we're doing everything by ourselves, we get so caught up and it's like, damn, I can't manage all of this, it's too much. And we get lost, or we feel like we're lost and we don't know what to do from there. But this is a time to co-create. This is a time to work with the Most High, whatever you believe in. You know, we talk about this often in here. And even like, again, going back to like what we were talking about earlier, like even like your soul tribe and stuff, right? Your friends who you're really close to, who you can, you know, really trust and things like that. Family. You don't have to do everything on your own, because, you know, when you put yourself in that position, you tire yourself out. You go through like that sense of like burnout, and then it's time for a nap. You're on the bottom of the day. You know, it really tires you out. All of a sudden, I actually kind of got tired, like really suddenly. Like, I could feel the energy. Like, it just feels like there's just so much like bearing on you, and you're like, when are things gonna get better? It's giving me that. And then, you know, you ask yourself why. Why am I going through this? Why do I feel this way? And then that mending energy, right? Mending and healing, right? Very similar energies. So it's like, one more from here, Spirit. It's kind of giving this energy of, it's like, just giving a, I don't want to say a woe is me necessarily, but a little bit. Like for some of you, you might kind of feel like that, like, oh, I'm just so tired, woe is me, like my life sucks. And it's like, well, if you're convincing yourself of that, yeah, it's going to feel like that. But when you allow yourself to actually see things, from a better perspective, you could put yourself in a better mindset and position. I'll use this really random as example. Like, to me, for instance, I feel like music is one of those things where, like, it's very, very easy to kind of, fall into the trap of listening to low vibrational things, because people are like, oh yeah, this is the trending song and things like that. But I feel like there is like power of the tongue and things like that, and tonality of the music and stuff that we listen to, and this is in general the things that we watch, the things that we consume, so on and so forth, coming from somebody who likes true crime stuff. But it's because it allows me to investigate, so it's different. But no, I'm just being funny. But no, seriously, like when it comes to music though, in my personal opinion, there are times where I've realized, like, I have to turn certain things off, and these are things that I love in terms of music. Like, I'm like, I used to listen to this song all the time, or this album all the time, and like now I'm realizing there's certain things I can't listen to anymore, because I'm like, it doesn't resonate anymore, or it's bringing my mood down, and that isn't really where I'm trying to go. Do I really want to be crying over a nigga? Do I 27 do I really want to cry over a nigga I don't want? Things like that. Like, no. Am I cheating on a nigga? No. Am I scamming? No. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would I want to listen to those things? Am I shaking ass for cash? Like, no, I'm not doing any of those things. So it's like, why am I listening to that? I'd rather listen to things that, have like, a message, like a real message to it, and things like that. So like, I'm getting kind of like this energy of what we consume is also important, right? And I know that's one of those things, like, it's not gonna resonate with everybody, and that's fine. Everybody's, got, their own things. People are like, no, music is music. No, it's not. But, you do what you want with that. Coming from somebody who, comes from a musical family, like, no, music is not just music. Like, it needs to be intentional. So I can't listen to the crap that's out. I'm gonna be honest. I can't listen to the crap that's out now. It's gonna be real with you. My son is not even 20 years old, and hey, Isabella, how are you, love? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Happy Sunday. But yeah, like, even my son, he's not even 20 years old. He'll be 20 soon, but like, he's not even 20, and he's like, Mom, I cannot listen to modern music. I'm like, good job, son. He's like, I can't do it. Nope, can't do it. He's like, it fucking sucks. I'm like, I agree. I can't listen to it either. He's like, my friends be like, oh, you heard this song? He's like, nope, because I don't listen to that bullshit. So he hangs out with friends who, or tries to hang out with friends who listen to like stuff that's more, his speed. But and thankfully he hangs out with musicians, so he tries to hang out with the ones who are putting out, like, or creating, something that's actually like meaningful. Musicianship, keyword, not just going on a computer and pressing buttons and say, ooh, that's a dope ass beat. No. And I'm not knocking, producers who produce that way. I'm just saying, my son is very like, he's like his mama and his daddy too. His dad is a musician, so it's like, the musician part skipped me though. My dad, multi instrumentalist, so like, yeah. Something about music is important for somebody, though, and I guess that's why they keep on talking about it. Yeah. Just being mindful of what you consume, and maybe even using music as like an outlet some kind of way. So if you're, and this has been coming up a lot, if you're an artist, and music is your outlet, or you've got like, you know, that creative bug and you're thinking about like, you know, trying something out when it comes to music. So maybe you're not really a musician or writer or anything like that. You're like, damn, I would like to dabble in it though. Like, I don't know if I'm good at it. Go for it. Coming from somebody who actually is interested in those kind of things, go for it. My son keeps saying, Mom, you need to just pick up the bass. And I'm like, oh wow, hold up. There it goes. Yeah. I started to shuffle, and I split the deck and everything. This was on the bottom of the deck initially. Like what it says, literally, as I'm talking about it. Creative expression. And maybe taking, oh, Isabella, I love you too, my love. I appreciate you so much. You have the Hermit here too. Like, taking time to yourself to just do that. And we're talking about like that sense of a uniqueness right now, right? Like being able to just kind of hone in on that. And sometimes, you know, you have to take like, you know, time to yourself to really step into it, right? And then you, once you start to learn how to embrace it, you can put it out there a little bit more and allow yourself to be seen. Just don't be afraid to be seen. Don't be afraid of it. So I'm definitely getting something about creativity. And we did talk about this a lot recently. A lot of readings lately. So there's definitely some people who are artists and stuff like that. Or some type of creators or something. The Justice is here on the bottom. Yeah, you guys are, some of you guys are creators. And keep in mind, you know, creation comes in different forms. It doesn't have to be like, you know, your typical like, you know, artsy shit. It could be also like, you know, people who have a business idea, right? You know, maybe you just have like these very, very different ideas and people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? And you're like, no, hear me out. And people are like, what are you talking about? Like, it's giving me that. Like, you know, you're like in meetings and stuff at work and you got all these crazy, not even crazy, but like really brilliant ideas. But not everybody gets it. Not everybody meshes. I just felt a tap on my shoulder. That was actually kind of creepy, but I felt something there. What was that? I didn't see anything. I felt it. But they went, you trying, someone's trying to get my attention. I'm like, is that my hair? Nope, my hair doesn't, my hair is all the way over here and here. Nothing grazed my shoulder. But that was kind of creepy. Things like that have been happening a lot lately. The other day I saw something like zoom across the room twice. I was like, that's what we're doing lately. Okay, bet. So there could be some type of communication happening for some of you soon. Or they're trying to communicate through me to you. Yeah, because you guys might be, you know, got your guard up a little bit with this Nine of Wands. But the thing is, like, you got all these great ideas. Like, actually hone in on it. You know, stop being such a tough ass. You know, hard ass. You know, maybe some of you guys worry about what family has to say and shit like that. But look, this is time to get inspired with this Ace of Wands. I'm definitely getting something about family though. Family might be like one of the things that makes it hard for you to kind of, you know, do these things. Yeah, your upbringing and stuff. Six of Cups. So like, you know, if you were told, oh yeah, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, then you're gonna be like, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. You're gonna question it or whatever, and then it's like it causes a blockage because of the fact that you're like, oh, well, but I was told I shouldn't do that, or I feel bad if I do this. It's like, no, it's time. It's time to hone in on that. Tell us more. I'm just gonna do it whatever comes out. I didn't even do a spread or anything. Just whatever comes out. What else does the collective need to know at this time, Spirit? Two cards. Okay. So the cards that came out together, we have the Page of Swords. And it came out along with the Ace of Cups. So it's definitely giving this energy of like, okay, this is a time of like, look deeper, right? Look at, the things that, have been resonating with you. What makes your heart tick a little bit? What makes you say, damn, I feel like I really want to look into that a little bit more. Let me investigate. Like, go for it. Why not? Go for it. Definitely look into some things, yeah, because it's like you've been disappointed more than once. It's like why stay in that negative energy, right? There could be things that you hold really close to your heart when it comes to making decisions and things like that. Oh yeah, well, but I was told this, my family said that, blah 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 blah, and it's like, what does that have to do with where you are right now? When it comes to finding your peace, right? You're creating a cycle. It's time to get out of that vortex. Yeah. 5 of Cups. It's time to get out of that vortex. If you are new and you haven't done so already, hit that like button, subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. And hit that notification bell too, so I know how to connect with you guys on here, right? And vice versa. We build this community here and we just kind of get enmeshed with each other in a positive way. Building that soul tribe, that soul family. Let's get like maybe a few more cards from here. King of Wands. Leadership. Yeah. Being confident too about what it is that you do. Right? Stepping into this with confidence. Big thing here. Yep, and this sense of confidence and leadership for some can also bring in some sense of stability with this 9 of Pentacles on the bottom. This could bring in money. Yep, wow, a lot of fire energy. Some of you guys might have fire in your chart. I'm definitely picking up on strong Sagittarius right now. But yeah, we have the Knight of Wands here on the top. So that's about, seizing opportunities and like, going towards what you're passionate about, right? Go for it. You're being called, do it. Yep, take that leap of faith. And we got that energy earlier, that Fool energy from another deck. All right, let's get maybe 2 more from here. Wanted to keep this one a little bit short and sweet, nothing too crazy tonight. I do hope that, this message at least reaches the people that it was supposed to reach. Alright, so Knight of Wands is officially on the spread now, my loves. Definitely this energy of, just going after what you want with passion. Swiftness, quickness. You've been, just kind of playing it safe for a long time. Take a risk a little bit, right? This is definitely about like your work, life, career, finances type of thing. I'm also getting this energy of, mastering your craft, whatever that is, something that you're really, really good at. Get even better at it, or you want to learn how to do something. Go for it. There are some negative attachments that you might have with the devil here on the top. And those negative attachments, I'm getting more so it's how you speak to yourself. And I did literally say earlier, I was like, some of your, ways of thinking about yourself might stem from what other people have already put onto you. Oh, you're this, you're that. And it puts you in a position of, questioning yourself. And, the thing is, you have potential for things to come through with this Ace of Pentacles here. So, fuck what everybody else got to say. People are always going to have opinions. People are always going to have opinions. All the time. Let's get 1 or 2 more from here, Spirit. But their opinions mean absolutely nothing at this point. A lot of fire energy. Almost every card here, with the exception of 2 cards that showed up for the tarot portion of this, have been all wands, which is all fire energy, which is about that spark, right? So we have Ace of Wands here, passionate new beginnings, feeling inspired right now. Yep, and look, another ace, and we saw this one too already, the Ace of Pentacles. So again, this is something that could bring in money. Time to express your creative expression. Yeah. More fire energy with this strength card, Leo. Hey Kai, how are you? Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate you, love. Yeah, so this is looking good, man. You guys got some talents and gifts and stuff like that, and you're just like, you gotta hone in on it. And the thing is I get it, trust me. Where it's like you're nervous or you're worried about what other people think and all this stuff, but there is something that you guys are like holding back on when it comes to mama. When it comes to what you're great at, and it's like they're just saying, hey, why are you not doing this? You know, you might have been getting nudged for a bit. Guess what, mama? Guess what? Can we tell everybody? Guess what? My daughter, she's going to be in a calendar. She got picked. I saw something on Facebook that said, "Hey, do you want to enter your cat into a little thingy, a competition, I guess you would say, for a calendar for next year?" And she got picked. You got picked, Mama. I got the email today. You got picked. Maybe I'll share that later. My daughter, she got picked. I picked a one where she's like in a Amazon box and she's just like looking up like with her big eyes, and I'm just like, oh, I love that picture of her. And I sent it, and they picked her. She's gonna be February, right? You gonna be February, right, Mama? I love you, Mommy. All right, back to the reading. I'm sorry. I just thought about it when she came up here. I was like, I'm talking about my baby, my baby. I'm like, I'm thinking how cute my little mama is, my little baby. And there's only one, I think there's only one other tortie up there, Mama. You're so unique. Alright, let's get one more. I'm such a cat mom, it's ridiculous. Alright, so we have the Page of Cups here. So let's see what we got accompanying it. So what I'm getting, especially with this King of Swords, this is definitely about planning, right? The Page of Cups, sometimes it's like, you know, if it's like a love reading or something, it'd be like, you know, small date offer type thing. But in a case like this is about something that's like very like, it's something that's like more like in its infancy. And this is about, you know, finding a sense of structure when it comes to whatever it is that you're doing. Yeah, strength on the top. So, you know, what can you do to, you know, kind of make those baby steps towards what it is that you want to do? Because you guys have ideas, you know. Link up with your good friends and stuff, or people who are, you know, on the same wavelength as you, who have great ideas as well, and bounce those ideas off. Yeah, some of you guys also need to let go a little bit though, and I'm getting let go of maybe like outdated thinking. With this Four of Pentacles here, there are things that you kind of haven't fully removed yourself from yet when it comes to, you know, how to kind of, you know, move away from this. And it's understandable. And I think the biggest thing is just like the way you think about yourself, because we did definitely get that energy earlier more than once at this point with, you know, other people's opinions and stuff have kind of had a reflection on how you feel about yourself. And it's like, well, you can't be beating yourself up. Like, you know, you got all these great ideas and talents, and yeah, they're not going to always be, you know, up to the standards of what other people want for you, right? Yeah, something like that. So just understanding that, you know, take those baby steps for yourself. Do something that, you know, aligns with what it is that you want at this time for yourself, especially when it comes to career and things like that. Because you guys have some great ideas and talents. Use them. Aww. I'm sorry. Hope your baby is feeling a little bit better soon. Alright, so what we have here when I split the deck, we have self-love. It says, this is a different deck, by the way. You are learning that your capacity to love others is directly related to your ability to love yourself. So this is a time to really focus in on you, right? You know, love up on yourself. Give yourself a big hug, you know. We have spiritual growth here as well. It says, you are currently experiencing a lesson required for your spiritual evolution. Maybe one of the biggest things that you're learning is the importance of, you know, how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself. And that can help you grow spiritually as well. Again, something like that. Alright, tell us more. Number 3 might be significant for somebody. Let me know in the comments if that resonates at all. Alright, couple more shuffles. One more. Alright. Interesting. Soulmate. This relationship is a match made in heaven. Now, granted, we didn't really see too much about like love or anything like that, but you know, the soulmate connection could also be like those confirmation. I was about to say it could be the friends that we were talking about, right? That friend group, the soul tribe, right? These are people who are like kindred spirits that you're meant to, you know, come across and help you on your path, and vice versa. That's what I'm getting. We have time to lighten up here at the top. You may be taking life too seriously. So this is a time, I did say earlier, this could be a time to just have fun. We have mirror here. Everything that is happening in your external life is a reflection of your inner world. So sometimes we forget that, like how we, you know, talk to ourselves, right? How we treat ourselves. There is this, there's a reflection there. So if you're feeling off, you know, let's just put it like this, if you're feeling a little bit fucked up about yourself or whatever, on the inside, you'll see it on the outside. Have you ever been around somebody who's like super depressed? I'm that person sometimes. Where you go to like their house or something, everything's just like disheveled and things, and you're like, and it's, you know, it's not funny, but it's just, you know, coming from somebody who, you know, has been that person, you know, with clinical depression and stuff like that. What's going on in the inside, it will reflect on the outside. So, you know, I had to learn how to, you know, really, you know, be like, okay, you can't live like that. You can't live that like that, no matter how depressed you are, anxiety, all that. You can't, you know, ADHD, all that shit, you know. Like, you can't let those things, like, keep you from having, like, I don't want to use the word normal life, but a functional life. Let's say functional. Yeah, you don't want the dysfunction to start to set in. So that might be important for somebody. And I'm very, very keen on sharing, you know, my own personal experiences and stuff on here and talking about that stuff because, you know, we all go through different things. And, you know, I think stuff like that is really important to talk about. It's one of those things that I think, you know, people are afraid to talk about, or they don't want to be judged, right? So that might be important for somebody. You know, it's not for everyone. I lost a couple people just by saying that, but it's fine. It happens. But nonetheless, let's pull maybe 3 cards from here. Some closing messages, and I have one more deck after this. And that will be it. So yeah, maybe a couple pieces of advice for the collective before we close out. We have wake up call here. It says, you are about to discover your life purpose. And sometimes, you know, it comes at the most weird times in our lives when we're struggling with other things. We're like, what the hell? And then all of a sudden, like, things just get so much clearer, you know, especially if we allow ourselves to see things for what it really is, you know, because we do have that energy and that power to be able to make choices, right? We have free will. It says resolve here. This is a period of indecision and inner conflict, and it's time to make a decision. You know, don't keep yourself at an impasse, especially when they're trying to, you know, when the spirit guides and stuff are trying to help you, letting you see what it is that you need to see at this time to make some choices to go into a new direction in your life. Yes. You know, you might not be following your intuition sometimes. This card came out in reverse. It says, you are learning to embrace and trust your inner knowing. This was in the reverse initially on the top of the deck. So, you know, some of you guys might be struggling with that. Like, you might be getting nudged again, like constantly, and just not listening. And I get it because I go through that too. You know, we question it, like, oh, is that really what I'm supposed to do? Really? Or we don't have the confidence sometimes in ourselves to do it. I'm getting that as well. But the thing is, this can bring in a sense of increase in your life. You have successfully manifested something near and dear to your heart. You can do something, I assert, you can do hard things. Yeah, you can, when you allow yourself to make that decision to go into this direction, whatever this is, it's going to be different for different people. But when you allow yourself to go there, you know, there are, you know, some great things that can come of this. There's a lot of great potential here. So don't sell yourself short, right? Don't beat yourself up. Don't look at yourself in a negative light. That's what I'm picking up on. Yeah, wake up. This is awakening. You are no longer letting people dictate and run your life for you. And I did mention that I was picking up on some of you guys might, you know, be worried about what other people have to say. Fuck them people, mate. You know, you gotta do what, you know, feels right to you and what sits well with you and your spirit. I got my girl Lati. What's up, my love? I miss you. That is one of my sisters right there, guys. Check her out. Lati from Tears and Wheat Tarot Show, where you show enough, never know what you're gonna get. Check her out, okay, guys? That is one of the members of my soul tribe, one of the people who I go to when I, you know, need guidance and things like that. So grateful and so appreciative of those of you guys who, you know, are part of it. So thank you for everything you guys do, all of y'all, especially those of y'all who, you know, are my sisters, you know. I heard Sister Soldier. That's funny. All right, Spirit. Let's get one more from here, please, and thank you for the collective. And then we're going to pull some last cards from the Sacred Messages deck, and then that will be it. I do hope that you guys got some type of, you know, insight from this, something that was helpful, that will help you on your path at this time, whether it's, you know, just making some finalized decisions or, you know, getting a little bit more confidence in yourself. All right, so we have two cards that came out together. We have Old Soul here. It says, you have lived many lifetimes and gained wisdom beyond your years. Along with, you are, it says perception, sorry. You are getting ready to have a shift in perception that will change everything. Those came out together. So maybe there's going to be like this, especially with the awakening card that just came out in the wake up call. Interesting. So maybe there's something about, like, you know, past lives or something like that, like karmic lessons and things like that, that will kind of come into play now, where it's like, oh, you know, maybe that's why I keep getting these nudges. Interestingly enough, there's been a couple of different readings I've been wanting to do lately. One of them is like a karmic, like, lesson reading, and then the other has been like a past life reading. And I thought about combining them together. And I also was thinking about like an ancestor reading. And then today, was it today? Or was it yesterday? I think it was today. I'm like in one of those groups, like people who like tarot as well, and someone put a card. What was it? Was it a card? Yeah, they had put like, what does this card make you think of? And it, what card was it? It was the what card was it? Because I saw more than one like that today. What card was it? Justice card? I think it was a Justice card. And I said that, you know, it makes me think of karmic debt and lessons that are passed down from lifetime to lifetime. So it's kind of interesting. Kind of getting that energy again with this old soul card, right? You've been here before. You've done this before. Just kind of, you know, having to kind of go with that flow of life. Go with that flow of life. It says earth shifts. It says you are very connected to Mother Earth, and as such you experience all that she does. So definitely giving like that energy of, you know, just going with that flow, right? Hey Shara, how are you? I am not doing any free questions tonight. This is literally just a general tonight. We have career transition, and I did pick up on this mostly being like career based. Your soul is yearning for a career that is aligned with your passion and purpose, and we just talked about stepping into your life purpose with that wake up call. Wow. And soulmate is here again. Yeah, something that is matched with what it is that you're meant to do. You're going to meet the right people in your life that align with exactly what you're trying to do at this time. It's going to feel like it just makes sense. You're going to click with certain people. That's what I'm picking up on. All right, so we're going to get some last messages to close this out, and then that will be it. Again, if you guys resonated with this message, let me know in the comments with reactions. Hit that like button. All those things are super helpful. If you're new and haven't done so already, hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff, and that notification bell too, so you know when I'm on. I've been trying to keep up with the live readings. I try to go on, you know, about 3 to 4 times a week. And sometimes you never know, I might do those free readings, or like, you know, pick an emoji and things like that readings, which are really fun. So yeah, I'm gonna be around for those. All right, so when I split the deck of this last one here, we have delight along with power. So I'm kind of getting this energy of like, you know, when you honor the power that you possess, it allows you to really be in a much happier space, is what I'm picking up on. Find delight in, you know, your uniqueness, right? That sense of power that you possess and that you hold, that sometimes you don't give yourself enough credit for. That's what I'm getting. All right, so you're gonna get like 3 cards from here to close out, and then that will be the end of the reading. I did see leadership while I was shuffling. I also saw freedom. But yes, I do hope that this message has been helpful and has resonated. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys. Thank you for my my mods, or not, they're not mods. Not on here. What's it called? My why am I forgetting the word on here? Because on Facebook it's mods. What is it on here again? Can't even think of it right now, but y'all know. Thank you guys for what you guys do. Yeah, like it says moderators. Oh no, it's moderators on here, right? What is it on Facebook then? So moderators is on this, and then what's it on Facebook, like in groups and stuff? I forgot, because they have like a different term, I think, on there. And I start getting all the social media stuff confused after a while. I'm terrible with this stuff, especially when I'm tired. Alright, so what we have here? We have, ooh, I like that. Bottom of the deck, we have thriving. You're fucking thriving, bro. You're doing some great stuff. There's something about this giraffe that I really like. It's sticking out. Sticking out to me, standing out to me because of the fact that, like, when we talk about like admin, that's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. Thanks guys. Yeah, because I get those two terms confused all the time. Hey Monique, thank you. How you doing, my love? Appreciate you for being here, and thank you. So if you know like the history of like the giraffe and how their neck got to be like long like that, it's evolution. And as the grease grew taller, their necks grew longer. So it's giving like this energy of adaptability. Your sense of adaptability allows you to be able to thrive, is what I'm picking up on. So some of you guys might really really like giraffes or like animals from like the African savannah and stuff like that. Let me know in the comments if that makes any sense. But something about that. But definitely adaptability is important. You have embracing, so I'm kind of getting like embracing change, embracing yourself, right? Your uniqueness, and that can allow for you to have a greater sense of success. All right, so we're gonna get 3 cards from here, Spirit, to close out. Patience. I like that. Practicing patience with yourself, right? Because, again, life be life with me. We go through all these different things, right? We go through these ebbs and flows of life, and, we have to just kind of understand, like, we can't control everything, right? You can only control, what we have control of. And I heard tough titty. Like sometimes you just gotta, kind of roll with the punches, right? But, you know, be patient with yourself. Be patient with, how life flows and moves, Rely on your community, right? Because you keep getting this energy of, your friends, who help with this transformation. They help guide the way and lead the way. That's why I'm always so grateful for you guys, because you guys, you guys help me grow. You don't even realize, like, I know you guys come here, like, saying, ooh, I want a reading for advice. But, when you guys talk, in the comments and stuff, that's why I love when you guys engage. It's awesome. It's like, it really gives, like, the sense of, again, community, camaraderie, um, each one teach one type of thing. We're all growing and learning together. I don't know all the answers, so when you guys are able to, I couldn't even remember the difference between an admin and a fucking whatchamacallit, right? What was talking about? Moderator. So it's like, I my brain space is out sometimes, but excuse me. So point being, though, to be able to have those kind of people in your life who help with those things, um, help keep us, afloat and moving in that flow. That's the card that came up. Being in that flow, I love that. Yeah. So being able to honor when it's time to release, right? I'm also getting like the sense of sovereignty as well, like being able to know, like, when to like release certain things that no longer serve, if it's causing that blockage or that impasse that we were talking about earlier. Yeah, can't stay there, right? Getting tired to get over, getting too low to get under, stuck in the middle, no penis thunder. Yeah, purity. Gotta purify yourself in the Lake Minnetonka, you know what I mean? Like, duh, no, I'm just joking. But no, seriously, like, again, like that releasing energy, right? Letting go. Some of you guys might benefit from the idea of doing like some type of like ritual or something when it comes to cleansing. You could do this yourself. Don't have no practitioners or anything like that, make you believe that you have to pay for this to happen. But you could do it yourself. Not to say that there's not practitioners who actually are legit and can help you, but there are those ones that be like automatically saying stuff like, oh, you have all these bad things on you and all this bad energy on you. Like, you need a cleansing, and I'm going to do it for you for $100. Like, bitch, what? You got my fucking face. Like, not to say that there aren't practitioners who can help with certain things, but like a lot of the stuff you could do on your own if you set the intentions right and all that stuff. So all I'm saying is, You could do things like spiritual baths. You can do cord cutting on your own, you know. Egg cleanses. There's a lot of different things that you can do that can help, release certain things that you want to let go of. You can do things like, you can do it with, power of the tongue is important, your words. You can literally use your words as a way to release, with mantras and things like that. Um, you can meditate, you can pray, you can write, you use fire magic. Like, there's a lot of different things that you can do. So, you know, whatever way you feel, works for you, go for it. Um, that purity could have something to do with some type of forgiveness for some of you, letting go, right? Releasing, not holding on to the past anymore, letting go of the things that no longer serve, so that you can open up those new opportunities. And we're talking about like this door of opportunity earlier, very early in the reading, within like probably the first 5 minutes or so. Yeah, and this could lead to a greater sense of fulfillment. Let's get one more from here, Spirit, to close out, please and thank you. One more. Thank you. And we have freedom here again, officially on the spread. You gotta let certain things go. Can't hold on to that stuff no more. It's also given like this energy of being sovereign and being able to just, flee the nest. I'm getting like this. I literally can like see like a little bird, trying to like leave the nest, like with their mom, and their mom, actually being the one, because usually birds aren't like this. They'd be like, goodbye. But like, I'm getting like this energy, like the bird is actually like, the mommy bird is like trying to keep the baby bird, and the baby bird is like, I want to flee, I want to fly, like I just want to do this. Yeah, so yeah, I'm definitely getting like this energy of like changes in the is in the wind. And yeah, change is good, and change comes with, making conscious efforts and decisions to be able to say, I'm going to free myself from the things that no longer serve, so that way I can, have a greater sense of fulfillment and happiness. Go for it. I love that. Yeah. So it's time to kind of wake up, right? See things for what they really are. So with, the different, situations and people in your life, people who were like the naysayers, who made you feel bad about yourself, about different things, and, even your own thought processes that you've built over time that don't serve, right? It doesn't help you. It doesn't do anything. It's time to, it's time to change. It's time to metamorphosize. I'm also getting this energy again of, relying on those who are close to you, who can help you through these challenges and these changing times as well. You guys could help each other. What else am I picking up on? Yeah, once you start to understand that and adapt, a lot of new opportunities get to present themselves to you. You could go through those new doors, take that leap of faith into the unknown, right? Your peace is always so important. Hold on to that. Don't let anybody come in disturbing it. There are people who will try. They'll try to push you, and tug on you and put you in all different, not so great positions. And you just have to be able to adapt and have your sense of discernment, your intuition. We talked about intuition earlier. Being able to know who's who and what is what as you grow and you shift and you change. But yes, it's definitely about evolution, and be proud of the accomplishments that you guys are starting to have. Even if they haven't come into full formation yet, right? It could be like the infancy of certain things that are coming in, that you're able to kind of see, that are, allowing you to, challenge what you thought you knew, and be able to do something bigger and greater for yourself and your overall sense of fulfillment and happiness. So with all that said, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for being you. Just thank you for being awesome. I appreciate you guys wholeheartedly, and I am. I can't use any other better word than just super appreciative. Thank you, Lati. Appreciate you. Um, but yes, with all that said, my loves, this felt really good. All of a sudden, I got like super super like giddy, like happy, like I want to give myself a hug type thing. So maybe you guys need to do that for yourselves. Give yourself a hug. You know, recognize who you are and how awesome you are. Like maybe you guys like just don't give yourself enough credit. It's giving me that. You don't give yourself enough credit. You know, love up on yourself a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. LOV, baby. All right. I love you guys. And again, if you're new to the channel and haven't done so already, hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. So that we could be acquainted with each other. You could be a part of the soul tribe, Bring it in, bring it in. Bring in all that beautiful energy you guys have. All right, so I love you guys, and until next time, which is probably gonna be tomorrow. Until next time, I love you. Guys, have a nice rest of your weekend / evening.